So I'm going to review how I made pod taillight out of a metal housing trailer light. This is an older one. License plate light on the bottom there. But see, this one's metal housing. That would be definitely preferable. I don't know how you deal with plastic. The first thing I did, I welded the two bolts in. They fit in slots. They could go numerous ways. I've also cut the housing down here, especially at the top. I had to reduce it down quite a bit. This was after I removed the wires from it. They just pushed through the metal housing there. And so I welded the two bolts in. That was just to give me a lot better ground and that type of thing. But anyways, like I say, you got to cut it down below the line of the housing. Okay, so another thing to do is to build this little stand for it there. I used 1-inch angle by 1/8 inch, I guess it is. About 4 inches tall. You can make it taller. You have to drill 3 holes. You got to drill 2 for the bolts as well as 1 for the wires in the middle. It's a little larger. Just show it from the side here. The way she goes there. And then I put a hole with a grommet for the trailer wires to go through down into the trailer. So to make the front of the pod there, I went to the dollar store and selected I guess it's a wine glass. This particular one is like 4 inches wide at the top. I needed that because my metal housing is like 3 1/3 inches, give or take, and I cut off, I don't know, 3/4 or an inch, give or take there, of it to generate that shape. Well, you know, I cut the stem off up here, and there's actually a hole in there. It's hollow. So then you can kind of see I'm still working on this one a bit here. I shaped it with a sanding disc on my grinder, and just keep working your way till you get, you know, approximately the shape you want. Now mine, I put a bolt on the front there, a round head bolt, to secure it to the housing. That's actually something else I've still got to do on the little stilt sticking up for the mount there, is welded on there. So, and then I had to cut a slot in the bottom that fits around where the angle support comes up. Goes on kind of like that. You can see, similar to the other side over there in the distance. So you have to cut it out to suit. And I also I sanded down these outer ridges a bit here. I mean, a person could sand them right down until it was round like a cone, but I just didn't feel like taking the time to do that. Then I painted the inside of it silver. In case the paint on the outside flakes off, it'll still look a silver color. But anyway, I'll continue on there. Okay, so I've got my little holding tab welded on there. It's only, say, 3/4 inch by, I don't know, 3/4 square, something like that. And I drilled and tapped it, in this case 1024, but if a person doesn't have a drill and tap, you could drill an oversized hole and put a nut on the back side and a nut on the front side and weld the nut on the front. But these small nuts are a little more interesting to weld. That's why I chose to drill and tap it. I believe 1.5 inch long machine screws long enough for it. So I got it on there. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not necessarily easy to get that bolt to find the hole, especially once this is painted. You can't look in. Even though you look in, it's still warped to the side. But this is actually a 2-inch bolt I got here, but I'm going to use 1.5 inch, but I think I'll grind a cone on the end of it. Now I'm gonna do it the smart way. I'll thread a nut up it. I'm gonna cut this one off actually at 1.5 inches, give or take. But I'm going to thread a nut up it and then grind a cone and then use the nut as a thread straightener. So, but it will indeed work when I'm done. So here I have the front pod screwed on there. I've just finished sanding it down, so now it's time to apply the paint to it. So, got her all put together and mounted on there. I was right. I had fun getting that front bolt in. It was a real bear. I silicone sealed the rest of it on the inside there. So now I've got a set of matching ones on the trailer. You can't see this one because I'm in the process of painting this side of the trailer, but that's the tail lights anyways.